Hi guys, and welcome to prediction week 26, and we start with the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow, which is Fulham versus Manchester United. Wasn't the best of games to watch last week, Leicester and Manchester United. I thought Leicester could have got something. There was a couple of times they had a couple of really good chances. But Manchester United at the top three at the moment that are fighting for that, for the top four place, for that fourth place, is Manchester United. I mean, Chelsea losing 4-0 to Bournemouth, and Arsenal going 1-0 down in 48 seconds to Manchester City is not really showing, that you want top four. Okay, yes, I know Manchester City are a good side, but don't make it easy for them, by backing off and having awful defending. So Manchester United at the moment, yes, they're not playing great. I still think they're one loss away from, with it all going wrong. But at the moment, it's not. They're not playing great, but they're getting results. Yes, we know that Fulham are fighting. We know it's at Craven Cottage. But I think that Manchester United are going to have far too much for Fulham. I mean, you've seen just that one pass last week from Pogba for Rashford. That's what world-class players do. Yes, they piss you off, they annoy you, but that's what they do. That's the quality that they bring to the team, and just a chance like that, practically the game's over. I think two good chances for Manchester United tomorrow against Fulham, and it could be finished quite early. I'm going to go Fulham 0, Manchester United 2. I can't. Maybe even more to Manchester United, but I wanted to keep it a little bit reasonable. So for 2-0. We now go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we have Watford versus Everton. And this could be a really good game. I know Troy Deeney's been shouting his mouth off again, saying we're going to kick the out of Everton, to win this game, and to get back to where we belong, and this, that, the other. But I'm going to go for a really good game for this one. I'm going to go Watford 1, Everton 1. So with Troy Deeney, with those words, you can imagine tomorrow that there's going to be quite a few thrills and spills in this game and people mouthing off at him. So let's look forward to that. Right, now we have Huddersfield versus Arsenal. Obviously, I spoke about Arsenal. Starting to look at, I know it's not Emery's fault, but it's starting to look a little bit like, how Arsene Wenger's team used to be. They'd win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game, win a game, lose a game, lose a game, draw a game, win a game. It's too yo-yo-y. And I think apart from Tottenham and Manchester United, I wouldn't say that Arsenal's got that many more harder games now. Okay, yeah, you could maybe argue going to Goodison Park. But other than I said them two, you can't really see much of a hard test for Arsenal. So they should be looking at these kind of games and going nothing but a win, and they should be going, we can actually get top four, because this Europa League, that could be a chance where we don't, I don't want to say like play the kids, but you can play a week in a side, but it's good enough to qualify. It could even be the case if we play our first team squad for the first match, get the job done, like win 3 or 4-0, and then the second for the second leg, we can put the kids out, or I say like just like your reserves or something like that. So it's not all doom and gloom playing this Thursday night football at the moment, as everyone's saying that Arsenal are going to crumble by playing this. There's ways to work around it, but going because we've got Europa League on Thursday. But I think Arsenal should be going into this game and saying, nothing but 3 points. We've got Aubameyang, we've got Lacazette. We should be, no disrespect to Huddersfield, but they're where they are in the table for a reason. They're going down for a reason, because they're not good enough for the Premier League. And if Arsenal are serious about getting top four, and Emery wants to prove that it is Arsene Wenger that was holding Arsenal back, and that and that's the first thing that I liked about Emery as well yesterday in his press conference. He said, "Well, the first blame goes to me. My tactics have been wrong in certain games, which has cost us games. Maybe." He didn't exactly say it in these words, but as saying like maybe with the Ozil situation that his ego might have got in the way and this, that, the other. Absolutely respect that. He's admitting that he got it wrong. How many times did we hear, Arsene Wenger blaming the fans, or blaming the pitch, or blaming referees? That's the first thing I loved about Emery yesterday. Blamed himself. The reason why we've been inconsistent this year is me. Keep rotating the team and that. So I'm hoping that he learns from this mistake, and that we can listen. There's 13 games left to put this right. We can get top four, and if we do get top four, he's progressed over Arsene Wenger, and I do think that he's overachieving this year, Emery as well. You know, last year we finished 6th and we were absolutely appalling. This year, okay, we have conceded 6 at the moment. We've lost 6 games this season, but we're in better points position than we were last season under Wenger. And as I say, we're still in reach of the top 4, and we're, mathematically as well. You know, we are still in the title race now. I'm not saying we're going to win the title. Forget it, we're not winning the title. But mathematically, we're still in it. It's only 10 points. Last year it was something stupid like 25, 30, something like that. So it's progress. But going into the game tomorrow, I'm sorry to Huddersfield, but we've got to win this game and we've got to prove a point. Huddersfield 0, Arsenal 3 for me. We've got to, or Huddersfield 0, Arsenal 3 plus. Same with Manchester United. You know, we need to start making a point. Yes, these teams will make it hard because you know they're fighting as well. But you got to look at the quality that we've got on the pitch. We are better than them. We should be able to, you know, see off their little 5 or 10 minute spell, you know, and really see this game through. So let's see how that goes tomorrow. We then have Southampton versus Cardiff. Obviously, the tragedy news, you know, that the football player, I think his name's Emiliano. I can't think of his last name. But obviously, he's been found now. His body was identified. Absolutely distraught for that story. You know, it was an absolutely appalling. You know, absolutely horrible way. You know, for your career and your life to go. You know, just like that. I envy Cardiff, you know, playing these games at the moment. I do think, because I did see enough of Cardiff last week, you know, against Arsenal, they put up a really good fight. I think so, because Southampton's at home, I think they'll put up a bit of a better fight after that news as well that Cardiff just received. So I'm going to go Southampton 2, Cardiff 1. But on the other hand, on the flip side, it is good news for his family, because now they can put their mind at rest. You know, it's put to bed. They know where he is, and you know, all the funeral plans and everything can take place now. But it's absolutely horrible, It was a absolutely horrible way, you know, for a football player. Well, just for anybody. If that happened to anybody, you know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. Absolutely devastating news. So as I say, well done to Cardiff, and absolute credit to them for playing these games at the moment. And my thoughts are with, you know, his family at this moment in time. Let's hope as well that we can find the pilot. Because they were saying that they're thinking of closing the case, and you know, saying basically they can't do anything about it. Well, obviously they can't do anything about it, but as I say, the pilot's also got a family as well. So let's hope that, you know, his family can get some news as well. We already technically know what the story is, but it's nice to have a body. We then have Crystal Palace versus West Ham. I think I saw enough of West Ham on Monday night to think that they can win this game against Crystal Palace. I think you know, getting a draw to Liverpool, having a massive part in their title race as well. I think West Ham can get some momentum out of that. So I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 2. We then have Liverpool versus Bournemouth. A couple of bad results for Liverpool, maybe starting to dip, maybe. Again, they need to put these questions to bed by beating Bournemouth tomorrow. You're at Anfield, no excuses. I know that they beat Chelsea 4-0, but come on. If you want to win the title, you got that's actually a point to prove. They beat Chelsea 4-0. You've now got to go, yeah, but we're not Chelsea. We're Liverpool, so we're going to beat them. I don't care what you did against Chelsea. We're Liverpool. We're not Chelsea. So this is where you need to step up now and be a title challenging team. So for me, Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 0. 5:30, we have Brighton versus Burnley. Tough game. Two teams that are fighting. 5:30, did I say yet? I'm going to go Brighton 1, Burnley 1. Sunday kickoffs now, 1:30. Spurs versus Leicester. Again, I spoke about Leicester last week. They just didn't have that quality in the team to score these goals. Vardy missed a couple of sitters. That chance from Johnny Evans. It's those kind of games that's costing them. I do think it'll be a tough game for Tottenham, but I think Tottenham will win it. I'm going to go Tottenham 2, Leicester 1. Manchester City versus Chelsea at 4 o'clock. Obviously, I don't think it'll be as easy for Manchester City like it was against Arsenal, because obviously I don't think Chelsea are as bad at the back as Arsenal are. But Chelsea aren't as good going forward as Arsenal, so, you know, what do I do? Well, I know what I've done, but I was this is what I was thinking when I was going for it. You know, what do I do? Obviously, I've given the win to Manchester City, but I think they'll have to work for it. I think Chelsea will give them a game, so I'm going to go Manchester City 2, Chelsea 1. 8 o'clock on Monday night, we have Wolves versus Newcastle again. Newcastle getting a couple of good results. I've been impressed with Wolves all season. It's not going to be an easy game. It is at the Molineux, so I'm going to go for Wolves to nick it. I'm going to go Wolves 1, Newcastle 0. So that has been my predictions for this weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.